now Republicans have complete
Well,
control of Iowa as
wouldn't
well.
you know it, while this thing was transferring files, AP has just called Pennsylvania for Donald putting him over. I'm waiting to hear him referred to as President-elect Trump.
That we needed to get through. So my encouragement to the new majority of the state Senate, picking up about 6 seats, as I know, and to the state legislature, don't let any grass grow underneath your feet. This is a historic opportunity. Put together an active, aggressive list of legislation and work it hard, drive it through. And if you have to work and you have to work
Getting
for
towards
long days and short nights, do all
where
that.
I parked.
It's an historic opportunity.
Home sweet home is where we park.
Thank you very much. We really do appreciate it, sir.
Simon, I'm really glad we can celebrate the moment that Pennsylvania was called by AP for Trump. That's the time when it's in the bag now. President-elect Trump is looking forward to celebrating a lot of successful good work in the future. Thanks a lot, Simon.
I will absolutely let you buy me a beer.
All right.
Take care.
A green light for Trump.
Congressman Steve King, re-elected tonight and on the air with us as the Associated Press called Pennsylvania for Donald Trump. That takes him to 274 by our calculations. And your opportunity to weigh in. It's 284-1040, 800-469-4295. We're going out to L.A. right now. Jesse, listening on iHeart. How are you?
Hey, Simon, how are you? I'm very good. It's a very exciting night for everybody, especially for America.
We love you, Simon.
we love you guys too. We're sitting on iHeart. Now, this is really unusual. You're in Los Angeles, California, and very excited for Donald Trump.
Yes, very excited. I think he's going to do a lot of good for the country, and it's been a long time coming. And I listen to your show from here, when I can. And I think it's just, a great night. I know everyone was surprised, but, I knew this was going to happen a while. And, it's very exciting.
Well, it really is. And, I really knew something was up last night when Donald Trump turns up in Michigan at 1 o'clock in the morning and delivers a speech to 31,000 people. There's no way I would have gone to that event. I just wouldn't. But 31,000 people showed up in Michigan for him at 1 o'clock in the morning. You knew something was up.
Yes, absolutely. They were just talking about that on the news, and they were saying that, the people that show up to the rally, how important they are. And he certainly has a lot of energy. I think he went to 4 different states in one day this week.
I'd live to see the defeat of Hillary Clinton. Thank you, Yahweh.
Well, we love you out there in Los Angeles, and you are a small island, I think, in that city.
That's why I'm celebrating.
We come out to LA every year and go on board the USS Iowa. We'll be doing it again in 2017. And come out and say hi to us, will you?
You got it. We'll be there.
All right. God bless. There you go. See, we have far reach there. Jesse, that's not bad. Jack, is it? Jack DeLeon is still there. That's not bad. Listening on iHeart. Oh no, we welcome the nation because we get out all over the country. Absolutely. Right now. I don't know about you, but he sounded a bit like a millennial to me. He did. So millennials in Los Angeles, California, calling the Conway Show.
Donald Trump.
284-1040,
I love it.
800-469-4295.
I'm so thrilled as if I'd vote for the man myself.
The Associated Press, we want to bring you completely up to date. The Associated Press has just called Pennsylvania for Donald Trump. That takes him to 274. We've still got Michigan, we've got Arizona, we've got Alaska, a whole bunch of states still to go. But he is over the top. We get to call him President-elect Trump. That's what we get to go with right now. 284-1040.
Absolutely, baby.
94295. So we want you to call in. You are calling in. We'll stick around here till you're done calling in, frankly, because we want to give you the opportunity to respond to this historic night. That's what it is. Joe in Johnston has texted us. We want change, the people say. Yet they keep the same incumbent Congress and Senate. Well, that's
half, or a little more than half, who felt left out, has now grabs back and puts control.
You know, all year we've been talking about GOP in crisis, civil war within the Republican Party. If there's the GOP, should we now be asking?
Time for some hot water.
Party in crisis?
No,
the Democrats?
I really don't think so.
I got my celebration. I got a solid nut roll. I'm celebrating tonight. Oh, happy days. Quick Trip, my next door neighbor.
Bitterly clinging to their guns and their Bibles. I think they put them down today, and they went to the polls.
Well,
They told them exactly what they thought of that.
when I walked in to vote, my voting place was a church, and I said to the women sitting there, I should have stopped into the sanctuary and prayed.
Well, it's a really quite remarkable night, Carol.
I prayed and fasted.
And I want to congratulate Grassley.
Yeah.
I love the man. I was standing in the airport about a year ago with a friend of mine waiting for her daughter to come in, and I saw him coming down the escalator, and I said, oh, there's Grassley. Do you know he came over and talked to us?
I'm sure he did. He's that kind of guy. You know, the thing about Grassley, even if you don't think he's the best guy to be senator, I actually think he's a very good senator, but even if you think he's been there too long and all the rest of it, you compare him to who he was running against, and it wasn't even close.
No.
I think the Democrats really blew it by having their candidate imposed on them from Washington, D.C. I think Rob Hogue would have given him a much closer race, to be honest with you.
And then Governor Grandstall's going to be gone. Yes.
Yeah, I know. How about that? That's really quite something. And Steve Sodders has also gone, by the way, in case people are unaware. He is a man that does not like the Second Amendment.
Nope.
And that is going to
that guy.
Coming to the floor, I believe, in the state of Iowa. Carol, thank you very much for the call.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. What we are, the State House is really important. So let me talk to Stephen here. They have to understand. Do you think they understand, Stephen, what's happened tonight, the Republicans? Do you think they really understand just how angry their own voters will be if they don't deliver a true conservative agenda in the next session?
Absolutely. I think they do get the message that Donald Trump, at last count, he is winning Iowa by 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
President Obama won the last 2 times.
Yep.
And now the voters in Iowa have given Republicans obviously a Republican government wasn't going to change this year.
Nope.
They kept the State House, which they thought they were going to lose some seats.
Mm-hmm.
And now they
There
have kicked out their longtime opponent, Senator Gronstal, or as you call him, Governor Gronstal, and they have gained about 8 or 9 seats in the state Senate. So yes, if they don't pursue, like you said, the issues you were saying,
a conservative agenda.
Water quality, constitutional carry,
Life begins a concession.
pro-life bills, absolutely. That there will be a lot of consequences in 2018. I would think should that not be enacted, because again, it's when you have control of state government completely, you can do almost anything.
And you better deliver. You see, the other thing is, I've heard some stuff said about Gronstal tonight. He's a decent man, and he's a funny guy, and he's got a heart of gold. And I've heard that from Jeff Angelo, who's he's a conservative. But the thing about Gronstal is none of what he did, because he was in power. It was his Senate. I get it.
For 10 years.
Yeah, he's pursuing a liberal agenda. I get that. But he really ran that place. What he said went. So there was an absolute bipartisan majority, as an example, to ban traffic cameras in the state of Iowa. He would never let it be discussed because he knew he'd lose that vote.
As the Senate Majority Leader, you can
I know.
stop the
They did. My point is, Republicans need to change that as well. They need to remove that power from one individual. You're tuned to a special edition of the Simon Conway Show. We are, in fact, having an election night, and we have the privilege of calling this election for President-elect Trump. Now we'll take some news. I don't have a clock in front of me, so we're just flying by the seat of our pants, but I think we're going to talk to Gary Barrett right about now. Hey, Gary. Something like that, anyway.
Well, yeah. We have an official opening and all that stuff for the news.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm not in control of that. That's Jack's purview.
Okay, well, we got to tell everybody that you're listening to WHO Des Moines, by the way. It is 1 o'clock. I'm Gary Barrett, WHO Radio News. We have 39 degrees and fair skies in Des Moines. Our top local story this hour, the Associated Press says Donald Trump won Pennsylvania, and with it, enough electoral votes now, according to the latest count, to be 10 votes away from winning the presidency. Now, Fox News had been holding at 254 electoral votes, calling the Keystone State too close to call. But Donald Trump, as you've heard, won Iowa.
Wow, we did it, Iowa! You did it!
That is Hannah Gertz, the Iowa campaign manager for Donald Trump, right after the state of Iowa was put in Trump's column in the presidential election by the networks. Democrats in Iowa licking their wounds this morning.
Expected better results than what we got.
This is going to be a wake-up call for us to really do some soul searching.
We need to be able to build from the precincts all the way up to elected office. Now the state looks to again send a lone Democrat to Congress, Dave Lopes, out to the 2nd District. Senator Charles Grassley, Congressman David Young, Steve King, and Ron Blum all winning re-election. The Iowa Senate is now Republican. That was the latest news that we heard today from the polls. As
Thank you, Yahweh.
Won only one seat at our last count, and the Republicans had taken all of the others, including their incumbent races, and they've defeated Mike Ronstall, who was the Democratic Majority Leader of the Iowa Senate.
Hey, Gary, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Fox News has just reported something really quite remarkable, and as if it could get any more remarkable. Fox News has just reported that Hillary Clinton will not be going to make any kind of speech tonight. It's going to be left to John Podesta to make the announcement. That is incredible.
That is what we had heard, and I was going to mention that. I've been watching to see when he takes the podium to talk. Because that is one of the most remarkable things that has ever happened.
Sorry to interrupt you. Carry on.
Anyway, as we go through the news, we also want to tell you that Eric Trump could be in hot water. That's after he posted his completed ballot selfie on Twitter.
Oh,
Not surprisingly, the picture showed Eric Trump voted for his father for president. But it's a no-no to shoot ballot selfies in New York. The upshot, a Democratic super PAC has filed a complaint with the New York State Board of Elections. And that selfie, well, it's now disappeared from Eric Trump's Twitter feed. Sarah Lee Kessler, NBC News Radio, New York.
And right now we've got mostly clear skies, 43 degrees. We are awaiting.
We're awaiting.
And
we're listening to WHO.
Quickly as we can, and hopefully hearing from Donald Trump very shortly. Our WHO Radio News Time 102. It is, again, as we mentioned, 43 in Des Moines. I'm Gary Barrett. Our next scheduled news in 30 minutes. Breaking news and severe weather at once on AM 1040 on your radio. Everywhere you are on the free iHeartRadio app.
There we go.
Our beautiful Election Day weather carries over into the evening with mostly clear skies. Now, it will get chilly overnight as temperatures drop to 37 degrees for a low. Tomorrow, day 2, sunny skies, another good one with a high of 62 degrees. Thursday, day 3, will be sunny, but also windy and warmer with a high of 70. That's the latest News Radio 1040 WHO 3-day weather forecast. I'm Channel 13 meteorologist Megan Selwa.
We're going to take John Podesta right now. He's speaking for Hillary Clinton.
It's been a long night, and it's been a long campaign. But I could say we can wait a little longer, can't we? We're still counting votes, and every vote should count. Several states are too close to call, so we're not going to have anything more to say tonight. So listen to me.
Isn't that amazing?
Everybody should head home. You should get some sleep. We'll have more to say tomorrow. I want you to know,
what a
I
shock.
want every person in this hall to
No
know,
concession.
I want every person across the country who supported Hillary to know that your voices and your enthusiasm means so much to her and to Tim and to all of us. We are so proud of you. And we are so proud of her.
Speak for yourself.
and she is not done yet. So thank you for being with her. He has always been with you. I have to say this tonight. Good night. We will be back. We'll have more to say. Let's get those votes counted.